Live from the new Panic Zone, I'm Steve Uriah, America's voice, always delivering an equitable, diverse, and inclusive broadcast just for you, using only environmentally just topics that maintain maximum sustainable, socially correct, and earth-friendly conversations. And so far, no animals have been hurt in this production, but like I say, it's early. Here are three big things you need to know right now. Number one, CNN sets the sights of its sinking ship on Charles Barkley in the hopes that it will keep the whole former news network from going bankrupt and sinking. Number two, more classified documents from Joe Biden could soon be revealed. That is the indication of some emails that have been reported that show another leak possible. We'll talk about that. And number three, the skies above the United States and Canada has turned into a shooting gallery over the past 8 or 10 days. At least 4 objects, including one confirmed Chinese spy balloon, have been shot down by U.S. fighter jets. The latest came Sunday above Lake Huron in Michigan. Earlier in the day, the airspace in northern Lake Michigan was shut down when an object was spotted. The airspace was reopened, and then a short time later, what I will assume was the same object was taken down to the east of the first position. If there's just another spy balloon, the question is, how the hell could it get all the way to the upper Midwest? How can these balloons keep showing up, and where are they coming from? That's the key question. The first one we know where it came from. Now, the indications are, from what I'm reading, that the balloon shot down, one over Alaska, one over Canada, the one over Lake Huron, we're not sure yet, but those second and third balloons had a payload of some sort. Is this a test from the Chinese Communist Party poking our perimeter and testing our resolve? Possibly. The first confirmed spy balloon from Beijing was allowed to drift over a dozen states for several days before it was finally taken down off the coast of South Carolina. That delay, by the way, has brought heavy criticism, as it should, from all sides, as it should, including Democrats, asking why the balloon was allowed to basically complete its mission before being knocked out of the sky. It also raises questions about the intention of the Chinese, whether this is the actual threat or if this is just a giant diversion tactic. Either way, some here in the States, including Michigan's Democrat governor, don't seem to be very concerned at all about Chinese spies among us, or above us, or even in the palms of our hands. No, despite the obvious threats from China and the rash of spy balloons and other objects spotted in the skies and then shot down, including Michigan, Governor Gretchen Whitmer still loves her some TikTok. Despite all the warnings, she loves her some TikTok. Listen to this.
You're active on TikTok, and I get it, it's fun. But I deleted my app from my phone because so many people kept coming on my show saying, delete it, delete it, delete it. The Chinese government has access to your data. Is it appropriate for you to be on TikTok when FBI says it's a national security concern?
Let me say this. We use TikTok on one device that has nothing else on it. It is a communication tool. We don't do it because it's fun, although some people think what I put out there can be fun on occasion. My kids disagree.
I don't buy that you don't have. I don't buy that you don't have fun during TikTok.
But the point is, we have it on one device that has no access to anything else, because so many people get their information that way, whether we like it or not. That is a tool for disseminating important information, and that's how we use it. But we're always evaluating because we want to make sure that we are protecting data in Michigan, and that's why we're always evaluating. But at this point, the way we use it is secure.
The way that we use it is secure. Is it really? Is it really? Well, here's a couple of comments that came from Jack Bergman, congressman serving the district, 1st Congressional District. That's where the balloon would have been removed from our skies. I've been in contact with DOD regarding operations across the Great Lakes region. The U.S. military has decommissioned another object over Lake Huron. Decommissioned, that's an interesting way to put it. But focusing now on Gretchen Whitmer and what she had to say about it, right? Our national security and safety is always a top priority. Is it? Because if it is, why are you still on TikTok? Our national security and safety is still a top priority. I've been in contact with the federal government and our partners who are tracking an object near our airspace. I'm glad to report it has been swiftly, safely, and securely taken down. The Michigan National Guard stands ready. Well, if you take our national security and safety a top priority, then why are you on TikTok, Governor? Why are you on TikTok? Doesn't really take it seriously. It's really remarkable for a woman who will almost certainly make a run for president whenever Joe Biden tosses in the towel. For many others, however, this is a problem. There is real anger and frustration over the lack of answers, the lack of transparency when it comes to what's really going on, because we don't know. I mean, is this really a cause for concern, or is it some kind of ruse? Honest question. Could this be a way to create some sort of normalcy for these kinds of things to go on so people stop paying attention to how serious something like this could be? Some Democrats frustrated with the lack of information coming from the Biden administration on all the shoot downs. Talking about fourth down. There it is, fourth down. And this was before the fourth overall shoot down on the Great Lakes. Listen to this.
The first balloon, the one that was shot down off the coast of South Carolina, we got a very extensive briefing on at the Gang of Eight level, and then subsequently the entire Congress got a top-secret briefing on it. So we're pretty good on that one. You lose track of these things. Since then, of course, there's been the shoot-down over Alaska and the shoot-down over the Yukon. Congress has been out of session, and so we have not been directly briefed on that. Our staffs have been kept informed. But the reality is, Chuck, here, I think part of the reason, and by the way, I have real concerns about why the administration is not being more forthcoming with everything that it knows. But part of the problem here is that both of the second and the third objects were shot down in very remote areas. So my guess is that there's just not a lot of information out there yet to share.
Yeah, Congressman and Democrat Jim Himes. All right? So Democrats are concerned because there's one of them. The lapdog media also in a tizzy. I mean, they want to know what is actually going on with their friends, both here and in China. And they aren't getting enough answers either, it seems. I guess they're a bit concerned. Little Chucky Todd on NBC, confused about why his buddies won't tell him the truth about the Chinese spy balloons. Little Chuck says, why didn't you guys tell me? Why didn't you guys tell me? Listen.
For some reason, the spokesperson, John Kirby, did not volunteer this information about fighter jets being scrambled to shoot down another object until a reporter in that room asked. In a statement on Saturday, the U.S. military could not provide details about the object, including its capabilities, purpose, or origin. And again, there's some weather issues when it comes to actually collecting this thing that was shot down. The shoot down occurred as the U.S. Navy and Coast Guard continue to recover remnants of the Chinese spy balloon from the Atlantic Ocean last week. We asked the White House and the Pentagon to provide any guest this morning to tell us more about these incidents. Both declined.
Both declined? Yeah, we have nothing to say. And little Chucky Todd, he's upset. He's upset. It's interesting that the lapdog media is finally upset about something. Actually realizing, or admitting maybe more accurately, that their friends in the Biden administration are not a bunch of honest actors. They're a bunch of bought-off politicians. Democrats, some Republicans. It's a mess up there. It's why we keep the spotlight on it, to make sure we hold them accountable, keep them honest. We have to do it. We're not done here yet, of course. 4 shoot-downs. The governor of Michigan is still playing TikTok games. China with an extensive spy ring in America. That's right, an extensive spy ring in America. Comes as no surprise, does it? Not a shock at all. I'm going to tell you about that as well when we come back. Good to see you here. Don't forget to go to stevegruber.com. Drop me a note. Tell me what's going on. Follow me on YouTube. We've got a brand new video going up on YouTube today, on the YouTube channel of The Steve Gruber Show. You're going to love this. I'll tell you about it in a moment here. Don't go anywhere.